Surprise, surprise, surprise. Ringside Rumble Radio here on Spreaker.com, free on iTunes, and now on iHeartRadio. Anthony the Antman alongside Keith Logan, the Loganator. Keith, I got to tell you this. I don't think last week that we plugged our Facebook and our Twitter, so I'm going to do that right now. Facebook.com/Ringside Rumble. And Twitter at Ringside Rumble. And I say surprise because we've gotten all these surprises on our wrestling week of fun things, my friend.
Oh, yes. It's been an exciting week. And let me tell you one thing. I think I was in behind the scenes of WWE last week because I think I got a few things correct. Let me just say.
You know, I was listening back to last week's show, and I was like, this guy is going to make me feel really bad for all of my predictions and all of his predictions that were correct. So I was waiting for it. I'm waiting for it. Give it to me, man. Give it to me.
Well, let me tell you one thing. The first thing I would have to be Heath Slater is still a free agent.
Oh, I love it.
And I called that. Did you see, I think it was Smackdown last night, he shows up. We'll get into that later. And what the aftermath of what happened when he showed up.
His aftermath brought another returning superstar. Which there's a couple of returning superstars.
Yeah.
SmackDown is looking pretty fine after we saw the rosters and we weren't too excited. But,
yeah, we were a little bitter last week, but then we were like, let's play it out. Let's see how it goes. We'll roll with the punches. And so far, I'm liking these punches thrown our way.
I mean, starting with Battleground and then you had Raw and SmackDown, we had 3 great nights of wrestling. And there are still people complaining about what happened the whole 3 days.
You can't please everybody, but it seems like everybody in internet land is not happy at all with the draft, with Raw Live, with Battleground, with SmackDown Live, and it gets frustrating when you go on the WWE.com and you see people posting comments about bashing left and right about the WWE. It gets tiresome.
Can we just enjoy this?
I've
enjoyed the last
yeah.
3 days. This has been a great couple of nights of wrestling, and like I said, starting off with Battleground, the big story: Dean Ambrose retains the WWE World Heavyweight Championship and brings it to SmackDown. I said this on Twitter, on my feed, and our Ringside Rumble at Ringside Rumble feed, saying that this is the era of Dean Ambrose, who got 2 clean victories. Mm-hmm. 2 clean victories back-to-back. One over Seth Rollins and then the other one over Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns.
Well, last week you weren't too confident about him walking out as champion.
I wasn't, because I thought that the SmackDown was going to be his SmackDown victory over Seth Rollins. I thought that was going to be it, and I thought they were going to go in a different direction, but they didn't.
Well, this is a new era, my friend. So
it's a new era. I'm happy about it.
Nothing's going to be predictable anymore. It seems.
Good for Dean. SmackDown needed that to legitimize them by having the World Heavyweight Championship. And it really doesn't matter anyway, because Raw the next night made their own championship, and I won't say World Heavyweight Championship because the title will now be named the Universal Champion.
See, I can agree with the fanboys about the name. Maybe they could have worked a little harder on the name, but I called it. I said, watch, next night on Raw, they're going to say, oh, hey, we have this new title in the works, and who is the person they automatically put in the main event at SummerSlam?
Seth Rollins.
I'm telling you, I got Vince McMahon on speed dial these days. I'm just calling him and making deals left and right.
Yeah, just like you, when I heard them say Universal Championship, I was like, what? But then I heard Mick Foley explain it, a tribute to the WWE Universe. I guess it kind of makes sense. The universe is bigger than the world.
Yeah.
So it kind of makes sense. We need to get used to it because it's just a brand new title, something different, something fresh, something new. I said in the past I did not want them to bring back that WCW Heavyweight Championship, so I'm glad they're going to do something fresh.
Past. I mean,
we're going to get a brand new belt, man. It's going to look totally different.
I could just see a bunch of globes, like a globe and universe. And
I think it's going to be the solar system.
They're gonna get Saturn, and then they're gonna get Saturn, right? They're gonna and Perry Saturn's gonna return. He's like, that's my title.
Every plate on the title is gonna have a different planet. We're gonna have like Neptune on one side. We're gonna have
I'm liking it.
Oh my goodness! But yeah, Seth Rollins, the #1 draft pick, was named one of the contenders to fight at SummerSlam for this title.
Mm-hmm.
The other one was going to be fought over in 2 Fatal 4-Ways at Raw, and the winner of those 2 Fatal 4-Ways were going to fight at the main event. So we had Roman Reigns, of course, winning one of the Fatal 4-Ways, and then on the other side, NXT's own Finn Balor.
And he took full advantage. It was his birthday that night, Mike.
It was his birthday that night. So the main event we got would be Roman Reigns versus Finn Balor, a nice little delight. And everyone thought Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins at SummerSlam. But no! The WWE Universe and Raw surprises us.
They threw a major curveball.
And Finn Balor will now face Seth Rollins at SummerSlam for the Universal Championship. I need to say that again because at SummerSlam, we are getting Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins to determine the Universal Championship.
The only thing I
can't say that enough.
I like it a lot, but I think WWE has come to their senses that the universe of the WWE fans, they're tired of all the predictability of what goes on in WWE. Remember turning on Raw back in the Attitude Era where you didn't know what was going to happen and a title changed on Monday night? I think we've gotten into the heads, hopefully, of the writers and in the heads of Vince McMahon, and I think Triple H is and Shane McMahon are kind of barking into Vince's ear saying, listen, fans are spoken. They don't like this crap that we're putting out there. We're seeing the drop in the network. We're seeing the drop in the ratings. We got to go live with Smackdown. We got to just boost it up and just go amp it up to like 120 and show the fans exactly what we're made of. And you saw it on Monday night. You saw it at Battleground as well.
It was surprises galore. I was like, WWE, what have you done to my old shows? Mm-hmm. What have you done?
Well, plus they're in Brooklyn for SummerSlam for the second year in a row. Are you really going to have Roman Reigns and Rollins going? The fans would eat it alive. They would eat it alive.
Oh, Roman Reigns is being booed out of the arena. But
yeah.
The WWE, after this suspension, are milking this. Having him be pinned by Dean Ambrose, having Stephanie McMahon make fun of him at the top of the show, and then having him lose to Finn Balor, who is making his debut from NXT.
But the only thing is they're kind of teasing the whole heel turn because at the end of Raw, I don't know who that new girl is who was interviewing. She came up to him and like, do you have any other words to say? And he's like, oh, he's a hell of a competitor. I respect him. I look forward to seeing him in the ring again. It's like, come on.
They shouldn't have done that because you can still sense that they're trying to push him
of course.
As the face.
100%.
Just stop.
He's not the face anymore. He's not the face. And you just got to just pull the trigger. We've talked about it numerous times. Just pull the trigger and make him
Let it be natural, man.
Yeah, I feel like it's too rigid and he's not in. It's like a character he can't play correctly. When he's the heel, when he's not the bad guy, not the good guy, just the guy, it makes you hate him even more. And it just comes natural to him. And just let it go. Let him do what he has to do.
You can tell he's so cocky, and that's his best way to be. And let him be the heel as being cocky. I had someone on our Facebook page, Fernando, said that he wasn't happy that they gave Finn Balor this victory right away because people might not know who Finn Balor is. But the fact is, they're showcasing him because they want you to watch NXT. They want you to order the WWE Network.
I think people know who he is. I think a lot of kids know who he is.
Well, he was also surprised that he didn't come out as the Demon, but he doesn't bring that out all the time.
No, he doesn't need to.
We'll see it at SummerSlam for sure.
Oh, I would hope so. I think that just puts the icing on the cake for the whole main event. But like you said, people know who he is. He's put in his work. It's not like he's some guy off the street who did NXT for a year or two. He's been in the ring for over 11 years, and he's been putting in the work in the indie scene. He was in New Japan. People know who he is. You can go on Google, on YouTube, and type in Balor, and up comes matches from umpteen years ago when he was first starting out. So, I mean, he's relevant. He's been around, and it's just the same as AJ Styles, how everybody knows who he is. So, and I feel like after that feud with John Cena, we might see him being pushed into the main event status.
We might see it, and I'm assuming we're gonna get him and Cena at SummerSlam. But going back to the fact that you have been right on the last couple of nights with your predictions. How about Bayley?
Wow.
Oh, my goodness. Look at that smile on his face. I didn't think that was going to happen. I thought it would be the surprise of somebody else, or I thought he was even going to be Nia Jax, or I did not think they were going to push the gun on Bayley, but to the surprise of everyone, Bayley showed up.
Did you think it was going to be like a WWE like women's veteran or something? Did you say?
That's what I thought.
Yeah?
I thought maybe we might get like a veteran come in for one night only, but they put Bayley in one night only, and
did you hear her pop?
The reaction she got when she came out was unbelievable. Her, not Sasha Banks, Bayley is the key to the women's division.
Oh, 100%. I mean,
as much as we all love Sasha,
she's a fan favorite. Plus she can wrestle in the ring. I'm interested to see after SummerSlam if she gets called up, because I feel right now they gave us a little taste of her, the one night only type of deal. Gave her a taste of Bayley. She's probably going to be in the NXT pay-per-view match before the SummerSlam, the night before, and then I think the night after SummerSlam she's going to be a free agent. Come either SmackDown or Raw. Personally, I think she's better fit for SmackDown just because there's too many women. Well, it's evenly matched, but persona-wise, there's so many girls in Raw right now. You have Sasha Banks, you have Charlotte, Dana Brooke, and all of them. So it's kind of flooded right now. Whereas you have SmackDown where they have these girls that just came up from NXT and seem to be trying to push themselves, but I don't think your favorite Eva Marie is going to cut the cake.
I had just thought of this in my mind. Instead of creating a new women's championship, why not feature the NXT women's champion like they're featuring the cruiserweight division? Why not feature the NXT women's championship? Because to think about it, half of those girls are from NXT. The only one that's really not is Charlotte and Becky Lynch, who aren't anymore, but they've been featured on NXT, so why not have them, I guess, kind of fight for that title, and then you can have them go back and forth from NXT and Raw. I mean, SmackDown. Or would you create a new title?
I think I would just create
a new title.
Yeah, because I think that'd be too much confusion to people, because you know how the fans get too confused too easy and get too annoyed, so why not just have another title and do it that way? I mean, they're doing one for Raw. Why not do a women's one for SmackDown?
I mean, yeah. Did the women not put on a heck of a show this week? From Bayley and Sasha taking on Charlotte and Dana Brooke to the epic and maybe match of the year candidate on Monday Night Raw as the Boss won the women's championship from Charlotte in a surprise, because I thought we were going to wait. I thought we were waiting until SummerSlam.
And it's funny, if you watched Raw and you saw at the end of the match, Charlotte was trying so hard to keep the character going, but you could see in her eyes that she was very proud for Sasha Banks, and she got a little bit teary-eyed at the end, which was kind of cool also, I mean, from my perspective. But also on SmackDown, you had Becky Lynch go up against Natalya, which was also a good match as well. So, I mean, the women's division is rolling. It just needs to keep that momentum and just keep going farther and farther.
Although shorter, Charlotte's reign as women's champion means way more than Nikki Bella's did or than AJ Lee's did. She already has 2 match of the year candidates, and you can't say that about any woman since maybe Lita and Trish Stratus.
I would agree. Yes.
I mean, the match at WrestleMania stole the show. That was the match of the night, the triple threat, and then to have this match on Raw, great stuff.
I'm